6/5/2011. Number 5. I'm sorry, I just keep thinking, and these thoughts just... Another part about trees and the food through the phloem towards the non-woody roots and into the soil. Did you know that up to 40% of what's manufactured through photosynthesis can go out into the soil in the form of what we call exudates, E-X-U-D-A-T-E-S, exudates. That is the tree's way of paying taxes to its associates, friends in the soil that help, for example, bring and make elements available for absorption and help absorb water. How long can we go without water? The interesting point is this: how do these trees, cambium zone, and some parenchyma cells, say with sugar maple trees that do not form heartwood, live for over 150 years if things go correctly. See, if maple trees do not form heartwood on the inside, therefore it's a sapwood tree, and it can have 150 increments of sapwood if there hasn't been a major wound or an injury to that tree, causing the dieback of cells, creating discolored wood. We call it discolored wood. There's more technical ways of looking at it, just not coloration. The cells would have died, and you would have 150 increments of sapwood, meaning that the oldest increment in that tree is living cells would be living and have lived for 150 years, or maybe 149. I have to think about it. Okay? 150 increments of sapwood, meaning the last increment, 150 years old, are the living cells. The current growth increment, well, right here, right now in June, it was just born. It's just starting. They're just starting to develop. It's a newborn. The next increment in, how old is it? Well, those cells were born last year. Happy birthday! They're celebrating their first year's birthday. How does the tree do it? Believe it or not, as a tree matures, its taxes increase. In other words, the elderly trees pay more taxes than the young trees. Doesn't sound very nice, but that's the way they do it. As a tree matures, its exudates increase, meaning the amount of photosynthesized products that go out through the root system in the form of exudates increases with age. The more mature the tree, the older the tree, the older the cambium zone, the more taxes the tree pays. Doesn't sound fair, does it, to hit the senior citizens with a bunch of taxes, right? That's how they stay alive so long. Trees know how to manage money. They know how to manage their money. They keep records. They keep very good records. That's why we can go back 150, 200, 300 years and date when an injury occurred. They keep a very good log. You can learn to read the log. And if the injury happened within the growing season, you could date a wound within 5 days of the time the injury occurred. Years ago, when the settlers came, nobody who required to know about trees and the health of trees. They were the enemy. It's time for forgiveness. Everything they had to do, let's go out on Saturday and cut some blasted trees because they wanted to have a garden or they wanted to go visit their neighbor. Everything they had to cut the blasted trees. I don't know if people will ever lose that burning desire just to go out there and cut the wood out. Especially if national forests at a cost to the taxpayers. There's no interest. Of all the talk, because of the economy, I haven't heard one politician on TV or anywhere talking about how they're going to stop wasting taxpayers' money, talk about how they're going to cut less wood out of the national forest. My question to you is, why is that? Why? See, what and how is a science question. Who and why is a religious question. My question to you is why? 1998, June 1st, Congressman Joe Pitts from Westchester, Pennsylvania. I would support a bill that would allow the U.S. Forest Service's scientists to make decisions whether to cut the wood out or not if it was based on sound data. I don't know of any data that you could show me what page and paragraph it explains why it's beneficial to cut the wood out to begin with. But here it is 2011, and there's no talk about doing that, and it does cost the taxpayers money to do so, to cut the wood out. Nonviolent direct action. Write letters for change. That's the way to do it. Thank you.